So I would like to show you how to do a word study, and that requires using a concordance. So I'll show you right here how to use an online app, online website. I honestly don't ever do it this way. I'm way too old school. I use my Zondervan concordance. Notice it's the NASB. It is huge. Not everyone has these or likes these, but that's how I do it. So I will show you the online, and later I will do a recording for the paper version in case that's what you have or would like to have. So this is called BibleStudyTools.com. It's the website that I'll just show you how to use it on. I'm sure there are plenty of other websites that you can do this at, but this is the one that I'll show you. So if you go up to study at the top, you'll see concordances was one of the options. And if you click on it, it gives you a nice little definition of what concordances are and why we have them. I'm going to scroll down to choose Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. That's the one that I use. It's a pretty common one to use. This, believe it or not me, but it is R.A. Torrey. It is my great-great-grandfather. He's been dead since before I was born, so I don't know why it's new. But anyway, that's kind of fun to see. But we're going to go to Strong's and click on it. And the first thing you have to do, and this just tells you about it a little bit, is choose the version of the Bible you'll be using. The concordance uses the English words and then references them to their Greek words. And as you all know now, different versions of the Bible will sometimes translate a Greek word into a different English one. So the Strong's has a King James version here and a New American Standard version here. So if you, in your own personal time, you're using an ESV, you wouldn't be able to use this website. We're using the New American Standard in our group study of First Peter. So you can open the Bible on this website and you scroll down, and we do not want Old Testament. We would like the New Testament, and we go to First Peter. And we click and open First Peter. And then we choose the chapter. So if I choose chapter 4, it opens it up. And mine is blue because I changed the settings. If you don't have any blue in yours, which you may not, you go up to this gear and open it, and you'll notice these are either off or on. Verse numbers are on. I think that's the default Bible Study Tools uses. And you can turn on your Strong's numbers. So if you just click it, it'll turn off. You can see in the background, it turns that off, or click it and it turns on, and then just close it. Okay. So once you've done that, you see the blue. If you hover over it, it tells you Strong's number 3767, Strong's number 5547. It tells you the reference number. So let's choose suffered. And if we click on it, it opens up a new tab and tells you some information. So it tells you the word, how you would pronounce it in English, tells you it's a verb. And interesting, it tells you in the New American Standard, it's used 40 times. Okay, it gives you a nice definition of the word. Sometimes it'll tell you how to pronounce it. In this case, it doesn't. It shows you the Greek or Hebrew. If it's Old Testament, that's the Greek, how you spell it. It tells us it's a root word, tells us some information. This is kind of interesting. It tells us in the New American Standard how it's been translated. So one time it was translated endured. One time it was translated endured sufferings. Most commonly it's interpreted suffer, suffered, suffering, suffers. So obviously suffering is a big part of this. Then it goes down on this site and it shows you of all the different books in the New Testament, how many times it's used in each. And you'll notice, boom, a lot in First Peter, which is one of the things that we've noticed as we've studied it. It's actually the book that uses it more than any other place in the New Testament. Peter used this word, this particular Greek word. Okay. So for your word study, what you'll do is if you chose and you wanted to study suffering in the New Testament, you could click then on Matthew. And since it's blue, it's a link, and it will show you the 3 passages in Matthew that contain this Greek word. And you can read them and study them. If you want to study the context, which is always important, you can copy and paste Matthew 16:21 and paste it into there and look up Matthew 16. You can open your Bible to Matthew 16 and read. You'll notice it's 16, 17, and then again in 27. And you can read the passage and read the context around it if you want to study that particular idea. So all throughout, we know where it is in Peter. Um, you can do that. All right. So it tells you everywhere they have that specific Greek word. Now, there could be other Greek words for suffering. So this doesn't mean it's the all of the places that suffering would be in your Bible, but it does give us all the places this Greek word would be used in your New Testament. Okay, so that's how you find where to look in your Bible.